Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razek at CM Trading. Today's September 27, 2019, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, just one event really coming out today at 2:30 South African time, monthly durable goods orders coming out of the United States. That is an important number. Now looking at the markets, Euro makes new yearly lows. Okay, we're going to take a look at that versus the US dollar. And the British pound retraces to support as the Dow Jones just stays resilient. But the question is, how much longer? Looking at commodities, both gold and oil retrace. And looking at the stocks, what's next for JP Morgan? We hit all-time new highs yesterday. Now, the question is, going into this session, what's the story with Alcoa and some of the FANG stocks, the Facebook, the Apple, Alphabet, the Netflix, and the Google stocks, as we've called them, the FANG stocks? And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it continues to sell off. We're on that fifth Fibonacci support line. We spoke about this yesterday. And the question is whether or not it'll jump off of it today. But let's take a look at the market to see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at a 4-hour chart of the Euro USD, and you can see we've hit these lows, 109.20-ish level, okay, retracing below that 110-ish level and below this 109.37-ish level, which has been support for quite some time. Now, this is not a massive breakout. It seems like just a trickling down. Okay, whereas if it was a massive breakdown, I would be much more aggressive on the downside. But looking at the daily chart, this is a yearly low for it, not even a question. I'm looking at a weekly chart just to give a perspective of where we could go next. Okay, so the next real support level is this area right here, okay, which we're about that area just above it, which is about 108.85-ish level. Okay, that is my next support area. Okay, so if we do close this gap in, we may see a bounce off of that. Now, this still has what to remain to be seen, as Brexit is affecting the euro and other issues affecting the euro, the economy in Germany specifically affecting the euro. So with that said, okay, just be aware of it. Okay, if this does pick up momentum, we could see this further decline. Now, looking at the GBP USD, it did retrace, but retraced to support level, didn't break below it. Okay, so I'm inclined to think that we're going to bounce off of this area of 123.32-ish level. Okay, but that's not a bona fide for surety. Okay, especially if we do break this area and continue selling down. Okay, so we're at a threshold. Okay, so just be aware that it is an important threshold. Now, looking at the commodities, gold remains quiet. Okay, it retraced a little bit to 1504 from 1510, not much of a big move, but it's on the 1500-ish level. Okay, not retracing below that. If it does break below that, then we could see it further decline back to the 1480-ish level. Now, oil not doing much, just sideways trading right here at $56 a barrel, but we are below our resistance level. Okay, so if you did short this at 56.76-ish level, you'll be in the money right here. Okay, and it does look like it's breaking down and slowly retracing itself. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it looks a little bit resilient. Well, the reason I say a little bit is because we're pretty much trading in a sideways trade. Okay, it's not letting us go below 26,700 level, but it's not really sustaining itself above the 27,000 area either. Okay, so a little bit of a pull and push there between these two areas. Okay, so it's for all intents and purposes trading within a range. Okay, despite the fact that JP Morgan hit all-time highs yesterday. This is at 119-ish level, above that 120-ish level, and retracing now to 117. So the question is, where are we going to go from here? Okay, so if we don't break higher the next, I would say, week or so, we're going to go lower. Okay, but that has to remains to be seen. Okay, we are entering October time, which is generally a sell-off month, so be aware of that. Okay, JP Morgan, looking at some of the FANG stocks, Google bounced a little bit yesterday, 1236, still off of its all-time highs. Microsoft selling off a little, you know, they're trading within a range. Okay, they're doing exactly what the Dow Jones is doing, whereas some of the bank stocks are breaking higher, but they're not exploding higher. Okay, I would expect it to explode higher if things were so good. Alcoa, looking at that, a little bit of a bounce there, some life after, you know, that sell-off that we had over the summer, and bringing ourselves back to above $20 a share. Now, this is another one that's trading within a range, okay? And I would keep a very sharp eye on this because this is really an important one to keep an eye on, since it has a lot of old school kind of ramifications to it. It is a durable goods order stock. So with this number coming out today, if it's favorable, I would expect Alcoa to actually rally. So keep that in mind. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.